Hello and welcome to yet another edition of the Evening Review. My name is Taiwan Jabela, your host for tonight. Let's have a look at today's front page of Namibian Sun. Tonight in the studio, I'm joined by Paulus Emmanuel, who is the one of the SWAPO councillors at the city of Windhoek, and he's just here to talk about what he's been busy with for the past couple of years at the city, and everything. So welcome to the show, my councillor.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you've been at the city of Windhoek for how many years now?
5 years.
5 years, and you were actually one of the younger councillors at the time of joining. You're still young. How has the journey been for the past 5 years?
The journey was long, sweet, bitter, everything.
Yeah.
That was a journey.
Yeah. Did you find the experience to be exactly what you thought it would be when before you joined council, or did you walk into council and then it was a completely different thing from what you thought it was?
It was a completely different environment.
Yeah.
Coming to it where you are coming from a political environment, not forgetting that I'm the regional secretary of the SWAPO Party Youth League in Commerce region.
Yeah.
And as young people, I'm dealing with young people who have aspiration on land, housing, business, and all that.
Yeah.
And their thought is to say, we needed someone to be there to represent us.
Yeah.
And going there, you find it's another environment where you have to deal with policies, you have to deal with intellectuals or academics, so to say, and all that. Yeah.
And so you spoke about this expectation that is placed on your shoulders by fellow young people, and of course all residents of the city. In what way do you think you've been helpful towards the realization of those aspirations?
First and foremost, I have to thank the senior councillors whom we found there, the likes of Francina Kahungu, Moses Shikwa, Matilde Ukeva, Memehile Ulumbu. This actually they guided us, and also with some senior executives, the likes of Mayumbelo, Chief Kanime, Tateambu, Danarib, and others who really assisted us and who have the community there at heart, and they always try to, and that actually keep you moving. Yeah.
So you also served in the management committee at some stage.
Yes.
What does the management committee do for those who do not know? Okay,
as per Local Authority Act, the management committee deal with the day-to-day running of the business.
Yeah.
And dealing with the day-to-day running of an institution as big as City of Windhoek, which you are doing on part-time, it's a huge task. And one of also the main point of the management committee is to monitor and to oversee that council resolutions are implemented.
Yeah.
And all these things, it need more time, it need more effort, and it need a lot of readings, a lot of understanding how things are done. And that's the duty of the management committee. Actually, the management committee, it's a core.
It's like the heartbeat of...
It's a heartbeat, because it's that in your technological language, you say it's a hard vote. Yeah, because everything which go to council for council to take a decision, it must be recommended by the management committee.
Yeah.
And if the management committee doesn't recommend items which are talking to the life and aspiration of the people there, and then there's no need.
Yeah.
And it's where the management committee, you have to recommend on bread and butter issue for the residents.
Exactly. Now, Paulus, I had not too long ago, I think maybe 3 weeks ago, maybe, or 2 weeks ago, I had, I think 2 weeks ago, I had the outgoing Chief Executive Officer of the City of Windhoek on the show. And I put to him a question that I'm going to put it to you also, to say, there's been a lot of infighting also at the City of Windhoek during the past 5 years, especially council was divided around particularly the Kanime issue. Then there was the issue of the CEO. There were a lot of court applications, court challenges. Has that made your work difficult as councillors to really successfully run the affairs of the city?
Yeah, the reality is it had an impact in running the institution. Because one, you guys, the media, it seems you also have your portion in the city, and some of the stories we hear, we see in the newspapers, are some of the stories which were even discussed in very confidential manner, whereby it was just a discussion, or there was no decision taken, but it's a normal discussion. You will see it already in the media. And some of these things, it really hampers, because you see, you also have to hear from the other side.
Yes.
And hearing from the other side, I think from the council perspective, we were in that sentiment of saying, look, if there's something which was done, let's deal with it internally, and then whatever after everything is done, and then we can give it outside to the community for them to hear exactly what's going on. But in reality, that was not the item, because you will be home. I'm giving an example. We have a management committee tomorrow, but you will find someone calling you from the media, talking about the agenda of tomorrow's meeting, and perhaps you didn't even receive the agenda yet. Where did that person get that information? And that's the situation. Now, when you are coming for that meeting, sometimes you're already given different view or your perceptions on what will happen and whatsoever, and sometimes it's not true. And that's exactly one of the in both of these cases. Yes.
Okay. No, I don't want to comment very much on the media. I know that for us, that is how we work as a press. We use our sources to tell us what is going on, not only at council but everywhere. So if you come to me as Paulus and say, look, tomorrow we have this and these are things, there's no way I'm going to say no. I'll take that information. Of course, what I have to do is to journalistically verify what has been provided to me, so that it is not so that we do not feed the public with wrong information. Moving on, 2017, the SWAPO Congress happened. There was a lot of bickerings within the party after the outcome of that Congress came out. A lot of changes, a lot of reshuffling took place at a lot of local authority councils across the country, targeting particularly those that are seen to be to have belonged to the team that lost that year, Team SWAPO, I think, that time. Was it the same reason why you were removed from the management committee, or what did you do wrong at the time to be removed?
You see, I don't think that what you are saying is correct, because the term of office of a councillor is 5 years, but these have to be renewed every year.
Yes.
You can be a mayor for 1 year, the next year you are removed, and like to us in Commerce, that power and function lies with the regional executive committee.
Yes.
And at that time, it happened, yes, but it's not. I don't think personally it was because of the Congress issue. Because to me, Congress, it's something which is, it's a constitutional issue. It's a constitutional mandate. There must be Congress. There must be competition, and after all, after Congress, you regroup, you hold hands, and you move forward for the sake of the party.
For the sake of the party.
Yes.
But then, Paulus, you also would agree that for anything that happens, this motivation, whether it's a good or bad motivation, there must be a motivation why the Regional Executive Committee would say Paulus must be removed from that thing. It's democratic, yes, but it doesn't just happen out of nothing. It's because someone feels either you didn't do your work properly, or it's internal politics, where people feel that their opponents are occupying strategic positions, for example. Which one is the reason why you were removed?
You see, that one I can't comment, because although I'm a member of the regional executive, but at the point when we come to that decision, I have to excuse myself because they are discussing about us. So whatever decision they have taken in that specific meeting, it was taken by the body, and as a disciplined cadre, you have to adhere to what the party is directing you to do, and that's exactly what happened. And when you see, when I become a member of the management committee, we are actually 12 councillors of the SWAPO party. You only have 5 spots for management committee. Now, when I was in the management committee, there were other 5 comrades, my own comrades, who were not part of the management committee. And why were they left out? Is because we can only accommodate 5 in the management committee. And that's it. And I must not feel bad when I was removed to say what. It's the process itself. It's a process.
Yeah. But you wouldn't say it had anything to do with performance. You think that your time in the management committee was productive?
It was productive. That's what I'm saying. But how do you measure your productivity? You can't measure yourself, or you can't be a referee in a prayer.
I hear you.
You see, and that's what we are saying. Councillor, you are accountable to the regional executive committee, and the regional executive committee take a decision. When they take a decision, it has to be implemented, and everyone have to adhere to that.
Exactly. I hear you. Fair enough. So yesterday there were elections among SWAPO councillors here for the Council of Windhoek, and yourself and others, of course, you are still in contention, technically speaking. The current deputy mayor of Windhoek, Ian, I have difficulty substance. His surname is very difficult to pronounce for me. The deputy mayor and the former mayor, Kadapwa, are both out of the, as a matter of fact, even the chairperson of the current management committee, if I'm not mistaken. Now, you are at number 14, according to the list that I saw. You are saying SWAPO currently has 12 councillors, meaning that if it was in the previous election, you wouldn't have made it to council.
Correct.
So it would take a miracle for you to go back to council. SWAPO would have to win 14 out of the 15 seats of council for you to go back, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what happened there? You've been there. You're an incumbent councillor. You ought to have done better in the process.
No. It's see, that's a process which is not in your control.
Yeah.
It's a process which is in the control of the delegates. Delegates came from all the 10 districts of Windhoek, and the delegates have just elected whom they feel like those are the people who will lead us to the next level.
Yeah. Do you feel there's a chance at all for you to go back to council? Do you think SWAPO will win enough seats for you to still go to council?
Like I said,
or is this goodbye for you in your mind?
What you say, let's not get there. Let's wait until November election, and then we can talk about that.
Yeah. Sure. And then, okay, so let's leave the council things there. You are leading the SWAPO Party Youth League you are the regional secretary in Commerce. How pleased are you with the performance of young people in these SWAPO primaries? People becoming candidates for the party in different constituencies and also at local authority councils.
As we are speaking now, I'm the proud regional secretary. I have produced members who are serving under me. They are in the list. When we are talking about Windhoek West, the SWAPO candidate there, Comrade Muteka, she's serving under me as a district secretary. When you come to the local authority, Comrade Queen Kamati, she's my regional secretary for information and publication and publicity. Comrade Shafa Semnioma, he is an additional member to the regional executive, which I'm the chairperson. Comrade Albertina is a member of the regional executive as additional member. But apart from that, Comrade Kwenani, who came number 2, he served under me as the additional member to the regional executive. And Comrade Johnny Erastus, he is the former district secretary of Katutura Central. So, meaning the issue here is not about Paulus, it's about the young people. And as we are talking about the young people, you can see, you can look into it and say, last time when we started, in 2015 when we went there, it was only the 2 of us who are young people. That was me, Paulus Emmanuel, and Ian Subasubane. But now if you look, 5 years later, we have doubled the number, and which is good for us, which means young people in Commerce region, they are visible, they are penetrating the motherboard structure, and that's what we need. And we are producing actually leaders. And if we are saying Commerce, we are producing leader. The current governor of Ochotho Njupa, he's from here. He was a district treasurer of Windhoek West. And this is at the youth league level, which means as a regional secretary, I'm very proud when I'm seeing my fellow young people climbing the ladder.
Climbing the ladder. Okay, so maybe the second last question is now to ask whether I asked this question on the show last Friday when I had one of the analysts here on the show. Are the young people ready to lead, or is just window dressing? Oh, we have youth, we have young people in positions. Can young people lead, especially young people in SWAPO?
They can lead. There we have the deputy mayor of City of Windhoek. He's a young cadre. He's a district secretary of Windhoek East. He's doing a great job. There you have other young people in other aspects from the SWAPO party. They are doing good. There you have the governor of Kunene. He's a young cadre. But when he took over Kunene, you can see and feel the difference. There you have Comrade James in Ochotho Njupa. You can see the difference. Young people are ready to lead. And they must be given that chance. And when they get that chance, we actually don't disappoint. We have just to do that.
Indeed. The last question, Paulus, is what now for you? You are, of course, still leading the region at a party level. It will be a miracle if you are retained at the City of Windhoek, where you are at number 14, with all these political parties and other formations also trying to vie for seats on the city council. So maybe SWAPO, for the first time in history, post-independence history, is facing a lot of competition. So you might, please don't get it wrong. I want you to continue with your job that you're doing there, but reality now is speaking a different language. What is the future for Paulus Emmanuel?
The future for Paulus Emmanuel? You see, a councillor at local authority, it's a part-time work. It's not a full-time job. I am a full-time employee of the SWAPO party. I work full-time for SWAPO party as a regional secretary. I don't make it. I go back to the regional office where I used to sit and do my party work. That's it.
Indeed.
Yes.
Thank you very much for coming to the show, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. That is Paulus Emmanuel. He is the SWAPO Party Youth League Regional Secretary for Commerce Region and also one of the SWAPO councillors serving at the City of Windhoek Council, speaking to us about his time at council that might come to an end, but we do not know, and we wouldn't know until November this year. But he has the courage to come in the hot seat and discuss his fate. I hope you enjoy the show like I did. Good night.
Dear invited guest, the Northern SME Expo team is aware of the current restrictions imposed on the country by Honorable President Hage Geingob as from the 12th of August 2020. However, we have developed a system that we can use while adhering to the new regulations. Our team will provide you with a ticket that contains details of the media launch as well as a timestamp at which your presence is required. As per new regulations, only 10 individuals will be present in the media hall as per timestamp indicated on the ticket. Thank you for understanding and for your cooperation. We are excited to see you on Friday. For any queries, please contact Nangula Nashandi on 081 4769 304.
This event is proudly brought to you by Chico Group of Companies.